You listen to Morgan Richards on Radio Cardiff.
With Frankie and Rufus from the darkness.
Hey, I'm Morgan Richards from Radio Cardiff for 9.7 FM, and I'm extremely pleased to say that I'm backstage at the O2 Academy here in Bristol. I'm joined by a band who are truly the last of their kind, with million-dollar songs and still believing in a thing called love. It's of course those classic rock and roll hotcakes from Suffolk, England. It's the wonderful The Darkness.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey guys, you right?
Good.
Very well, thanks.
Yeah, how's things?
Oh, how's things? Oh, difficult question.
Busy.
Good. We had a lovely day off yesterday, didn't we, in Bristol?
Very lovely. It's nice
Lovely
to be back.
hotel. Cold water in the showers, radiators that didn't work. Apart from that, the food wasn't bad, I guess.
Food was
Attractive staff.
Yeah.
So
I had a lot of room service.
it's okay to freeze your butt off if you've got beautiful women to look at. That's only fair, isn't it? Yeah, it was a great day off. After the day off, we come back and we generally kick butt. So should be fun tonight. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sold out O2 Academy, Bristol, West Country. I was going to describe people from the West Country, but it's hard to do without upsetting people. But I have to say, I love the West Country. I was I studied in Bath. I lasted about a year, then I dropped out. If I'd completed the course, I probably wouldn't never ended up in a rock and roll band.
So guys, it's been yet another great album cycle for you these past few months, with the release of your fourth studio album, Last of Our Kind, and touring intensely for the first time in almost 2 years. But for me, it just seems you're all really enjoying everything a lot more as of late, with almost a fresh injection of life into the band.
Fresh injection.
Hey, that's my middle name. Yeah, no, it's been a really fun road to get to here, to being comfortable, and turning ourselves into a real, getting myself ready with all the songs, and so now we're a tightly oiled machine, well-oiled machine. It's great fun. We toured a lot, so we're feeling very strong at the moment, live performance-wise. Yeah.
And with Last of Our Kind, it has this really feeling of being stripped back to that classic Darkness vibes, with more catchy riffs and crazy solos than ever before.
Dan came up with some killer riffs, that's to be said. Yeah, Barbarian. There's a lot of guitar tutorials on Facebook, on YouTube, excuse me, with kids trying to play Dan's riffs. They almost always get it wrong, but they get pretty close. Yeah, he's the riff master, I've got to say. I think there's going to be even more in the next album. We've realised that's the bread and butter, Dan's riffs.
Yeah.
And with this guy, this powerhouse of a drummer here, it's going to be a heavy album, I think.
Okay.
It's going to be our heaviest album. That's one thing I can probably say for sure.
And one thing I've always really admired about you guys is that it's very important for you to be a kind of old school album band, and you've always thought of records having a side 1 and 2 and tend to push that even more.
Yeah, it's important.
Have two sides in an album?
Well, to give it every chance it's got, and because it's nice to be in a band where they appreciate that like they used to, and I still do. So that was a really nice. It was a breath of fresh air when when I realised the guys all thought the same way, and now it's nice to be a part of that and keep the album dream alive, man.
Songs are babies.
Yeah, and albums are, like you said earlier, they're meant to portray
Nurseries.
where you are at that time, and they're meant to tell a story,
Yeah,
in a way.
exactly.
And,
Snapshot of.
all the best albums, Astral Weeks, I think, is my favourite in that respect, of telling a whole story. I think just from the beginning to the.
Wow, I didn't like you into album. Yeah, it's pretty special, isn't it?
Oh, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it tells just sends you on a journey, doesn't it? It's beautiful. Yeah, none of this one song bollocks.
And with this album, it was almost more of a DIY effect with it being released on your own label and guitarist Dan recording it and producing it in his home studio. Did it feel much more easier doing almost everything on your own terms?
No, not easy because you put yourself under pressure. You don't want anything to be easy. It's a challenge, you know, and we're all laying down the gauntlet to each other on various kinds. You know, Dan obviously producing, Justin changing his vocal style on a track on Open Fire, which confused a lot of people. Myself singing a song. You know, we always lay each other challenges. We're certainly not looking for the comfort zone. Dan might produce the next album. He might not. Who knows? We'll see how we feel. You know, we'll do. We'll lay down challenges again, and see if we can rise to them. But Dan did push me to go beyond myself. I guess it was. You know, I mean, normally, I guess when you got band members singing, it was our joke in a way, because normally when band members sing, they do something that's quite muted, and you know, they don't really generally go out there. So it was kind of funny, I guess, me, the quiet one, kind of going out there and being all emotional and everything. Yeah. So and that's why we did it. You know, I mean, we do revel in doing things that are wrong, if you like, in inverted commas, and then hopefully making them right, or ridiculous, or surreal, whatever, however you want to describe it. We have a different aesthetic. The most important thing is to amuse ourselves and each other.
And one thing I did want to mention too is that, of course, back in 2006, when the band had parted ways after some personal reasons and really only to return 5 years later, looking back on that now, do you feel it was actually very important for you to have that time off from each other and really benefit you going forward?
Well, yeah, if you look at One Way Ticket to Hell and Back, there's some good things about it for sure, but generally it lacks life and vitality. So the sense of joy has been sucked out, and you know, joy is a funny thing. You can't kind of contrive it, can you? It's either there or it's not. So yeah, we had to work through various things. The whole thing was managed in a very haphazard way towards the end, and the music industry being the way it is, something joyful, spontaneous, full of love, like the Permission to Land was, can just be soured so quickly by awful people.
Okay.
Including ourselves, because in some ways we turned into awful people, but not completely. We just it's hard to explain. I think people get it, you know. I think people understand.
And with all that now, I actually understand that you guys have already started writing even more new material with Rufus, you being involved this time around at a week-long session in Alicante.
Yeah.
Word spreading about Alicante, the Alicante sessions.
Yeah, it was a great 6 days. We chose to go there because it was close to a festival that we were headlining there, and what was that? Something. Leandes Del Rock Festival. That was
a pretty cool festival.
Yeah, it was great.
Didn't we?
It was good.
Sandstorm.
Yeah, crazy sandstorm. Yeah, so we were playing that on the 7th day we were there. So we spent 6 days in a villa. With the idea of seeing what we could come up with, and we ended up only working about 2 days of those, but we came up with 23 song ideas, and it went it happened very fast and very naturally, and yeah, we were very happy with the ideas that we came up with. Obviously they got to be polished, but 2 of them are in the set, or oh no, 1 of them is now.
Rack of Glam and I Am Santa, which we play occasionally. And there's plenty of others there too. So one song was inspired by the elephants we saw, chained up elephants outside a circus that was right next to our villa.
Yeah, the most horrific circus. Circo Americano.
Yeah, Justin wrote
Evil
this
bastards.
Yeah, beautiful song that sounded like he was channeling. To me, it was sounding like Scott Walker, art experimental Scott Walker stuff. And whether or not it's going to make the album, I'm not sure. It's quite dark for us and quite progressive.
In some way. People are going to be weirded out by it, but
yeah,
in a good way.
So even more new music on the horizon for the darkness very soon.
For sure, for sure, yeah. It's going to be like a different thing in the next album. At the moment it feels like it's awful to reference the Beatles, isn't it? Everyone does it, but kind of like a White Album vibe, you know, in the sense that it would be spontaneous, whimsical.
More a grey album.
Yeah, I guess the Beige Album, I guess it should be. If it's
Beige
us,
album,
it?
true.
Or the Brown Album. But and it will also be us having fun, really.
Okay. Yeah, well, fantastic.
Proper fun, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. And with all that now, really, what else can we expect for the Darkness in the really near future?
Lots of touring. I think the more shows we do, we're growing as a live performing band, and it's just getting more fun as we go on, and we're just really building it, aren't we, at the moment?
Got another American visit penciled in already for early next year after we just came back from there, so we're starting to build again. We hit like a base, and now we're building again in the UK and the States, and it feels like it's a word of mouth thing, because the live show has become I guess we've got 4 albums to choose from now, so it really is great times in the organisation.
Oh, brilliant. So just basically more new music, more shows leading up to another hectic summer festivals.
Yeah, we're back properly, you know. It's not the comeback anymore, we're here. This is the magic lineup. We're more powerful than we've ever been before. Everything's better, visually, sonically, vibes wise. It's the best it's ever been. Sounds like a cliche, but believe me, I'm a cynical old motherfucker, and this is the best it's ever been.
Yeah. Okay, well, fantastic. Well, that's about it. Cheers, guys, for taking time out to have a quick chat with me.
Yeah, thank you.
Good to talk to you.
Thank you. Nice.
Best luck now with everything in the near future, and hopefully I can catch up with you guys again very soon.
Awesome.
Hope so.
Cheers.
Thanks.